Dániyal of Team SIATA this past weekend clinched the elite men's title at the 2025 South African Road Championships. It signifies the first time a predominantly black team has secured the national championship. He joins us now. A very good evening. Welcome to Newzroom Afrika. Firstly, congratulations. And I suppose the crash in the Gauteng Championships made this victory all the more sweeter in Midwell over the weekend.
Definitely. Good evening. Thanks for having me on the show. And yeah, the crash at Gauteng Champs was definitely a bit of a setback for me. I sustained some minor injuries and I had to take some time off the bike before SA National Champs. But I was still motivated to continue training and work hard for the main event, SAs. And yeah, it was run over the past weekend, over 164 kilometers. And it was a great day for me.
How did you manage to keep focus all the way to the line where it was just you and Casper Kruger for a sprint finish?
Yeah, whenever I come to Johannesburg, I stay in Johannesburg South, and so I'm very familiar with these roads, as is Casper Kruger. We train out here a lot, so we knew these roads back to front. And I think it was just a perfect day on home soil in Johannesburg, you could say. Everything worked out perfectly. I felt strong on the day, and I'm just so happy that I could pull off the win.
What does this mean for yourself personally and also for the sport?
For me personally, I think it was a big shock to win the national championships. It means a lot to me for sure, and I'm hoping to see if I can get a nice contract with a continental team perhaps. But of course, I need to think about Team SIATA from South Africa, who have taken me under their wing and have gotten me to this point and supported me on my journey. And as for the sport as a whole, I'm hoping that it can bring some recognition to cycling, being a smaller sport in South Africa. We definitely need all the sponsorships we can get. And it's a bit of a trying time in the sport at the moment. So teams could really use a helping hand wherever they can.
I suppose also it's a victory for transformation in the sport.
Yes, definitely. I think historically it's been difficult for riders of color and teams of color to come to the forefront in the sport because it is somewhat of an elitist sport and there are more barriers to entry than a sport such as athletics or football, for example. But I'm hoping that this victory can inspire young riders all around the country to show them that it is possible to win such a major event. And I hope the sport grows from strength to strength.
Last year, you won a track silver on the continent. What do you have in your sights this year?
Yeah, that was quite a tough challenge for me at African Champs. Managed to walk away with silver. This year, I'm looking forward to Tour de Rwanda with the South African national squad. That takes place later this month. And perhaps African Champs again in May, which will take place in Egypt. And then further than that, I'm planning to return to Germany to my German team called Bike Aid Development. So we'll see how the year unfolds, and hopefully some good comes of this victory.
Speaking about some of the challenges as being a cyclist of color, why did you choose the sport to begin with?
Well, my father introduced me to the sport at quite a young age. I was 8 years old when I started. And obviously, as a young kid, I didn't realize the difficulties that the sport faces. But I instantly fell in love with it. And I just ran with it throughout school and after school as well, trying to make a career out of it. And yeah, I think you really need to work hard in a sport like this and keep on pushing the limits every day.
I'm sure you've made your father and your whole family proud, as well as your team. Congratulations once again, and all the best of luck with the rest of your season. That's Dániyal, the new road cycling champion.